get it twisted with assumption. I'ma put you on to something from the way a man think. It's the way a man function. I ain't nothing like the average, cause my actions gon' show it in a different category. Set apart and you gon' know it. Twist and turn and puzzle pieces into many different angles. Trying to get the perfect beat, you could be entertaining angels. And the truth is in the pudding, cause it's coming from the root. If you're looking for some proof, you can tell them by their fruit. Now that's the rundown.
Fam, what it do? I'd like to welcome you all to the rundown, man. You know what I mean? So we gonna get right into it. You know what I mean? I ain't finna try to cut corners or do any of that. You know what I mean? So my record in these streets, man, is a song that was originally recorded, I'm gonna say maybe 8 years ago, like 2017, something like that. And over that time frame between then and to now, I've been going through a spiritual transformation, man. You know what I mean? As far as seeking knowledge and wisdom. But even before actually writing the song, I had already started to change my mindset and view on certain things in our community, in our culture, you know what I mean, which is in the urban community, the gang culture, you know what I mean, as you hear in the intro of the song when it first come on, how I say, you know what I mean, 30 plus years been in the streets, you know what I mean, so I've seen a lot, done a lot, you know what I mean, and throughout the song, I didn't want anyone to get the misconception and think that I was trying to glorify the lifestyle, but it's actually the opposite. You know what I mean? So this is why you see dealing with certain clips throughout the video itself. I got the t-shirt on that say repent. You know what I mean? Because that's my mindset now. My whole thing with my artistry is to try to send a message to the youth, or not even just to the youth, to some of those homies that's going through the same struggle that maybe I went through, trying to transition to something different because we know it, you know what I mean, and we know what's right, and we know right from wrong, man, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, anybody who look at what goes on in our community and can say that it's right, something's wrong, you know what I mean, because it's done already destroyed our community, you know what I mean. So now we should be at a point where we're trying to rebuild, you know what I mean, and the way we do that is to change the whole narrative. So that was my whole mission, and just to try to bring a light, shed light on the problem itself. In order to fix the problem, we gotta diagnose and realize what the problem is, you know what I mean? And the problem itself is us preying on one another and being divided rather than being united as a people. So in those 30-something years, man, of me running the streets, I noticed you have men trying to be justified by their peers for being a man, you know what I mean? And it's sad, man, you know what I mean? Because it drives us, some people, to do things that they shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? So for me, my whole thing was, man, let's address the situation. You know what I mean? How can I help my young homies be better and seek a better life without throwing their life away? You know what I mean? When you have a constant system of young homies putting in work, or somebody going out putting in work, they get caught, they go to jail, they do a long bid, they come back home, back to that same pattern. So there's no change. So what happens is that cycle continues to repeat. You got us going in and out of jail, back and forth. You know what I mean? And at the same time, some of us is having kids. And what's happening is we being loyal to the streets and to our homies and neglecting our kids at home. You know what I mean? And then we sit off, like I said, we go to jail, then we come home. You know what I mean? 10 years done went by, man, your child is getting older, and you wasn't there to lace their boots and teach them some things in life that they can take into their future and go out and be productive, but allow society basically to raise them in your absence. You know what I mean? So it's so many things that is viewed as a problem, but some of us don't see this. You know what I mean? All we know is we being loyal to the hood, you know what I mean? Because we don't want to be frowned upon for trying to do the right thing and try to justify what we do wrong as the right thing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you hear me addressing the problems, and it may seem like I'm coming off as glorifying, because in the first verse, you know what I mean, where it talk about a lack of those putting in work or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm not saying y'all should be getting up, going out to go harm someone. What I'm saying is I'm addressing the where we portray a role as if we doing these things when we know deep down inside, you know what I mean, that ain't really what you want to do. So why even put yourself in a situation to where you have to even be going to do these things? And if you're not, now you facing discipline or getting a boot and all these things because you put yourself in a situation to where people is going to expect you to act your actions because of your words. You feel me? Action speaks louder than words. So when you make a statement or you carrying yourself as somebody that's out here active and doing this and doing that, the test of time is going to come. So when it's time for you to step up and show your truth, people going to expect that. So for me, I know a lot of people is not willing to be in that situation like that, but we still play the role. So why even put yourself in that situation, man? You know what I mean? So basically, like I said, in this song, what I was trying to do is address the problems that I see in the lifestyle itself, man, with us being in the streets, you know what I mean? And of course, basically destroying our own nation of a people when we supposed to be working to be unified, you know what I mean? Given after dissemination of the Black Panthers from those years moving forward all the way to now, man, you know what I mean? 50 some years, almost 60 years, you got us just not caring about ourselves no more. Just bluntly just killing ourselves off, man, destroying ourselves. You know what I mean? And there's something wrong with that. If you don't see something wrong with that, like I said, it's a problem. So my whole thing with my artistry, like I said, man, is to change the narrative. Try to give hope to my people, man, those that I know that are struggling with trying to come up out of that lifestyle but don't know how to walk away from it because it's like a drug. You know what I mean? Once you're involved in it, it's hard to walk away. We had to condition our mind, unlearn to relearn. You know what I mean? Because we've been through so much as a people. So we had to fight harder, man. You know what I mean? And direct ourselves in a different manner. You know what I mean? I look at the lifestyle, man, and just it hurts me. You know what I mean? To see how we could praise and even continue to move that way, knowing, man, that this is hurting somebody's family. You know what I mean? And then you have those that say, "Oh, well, my family already been hurt by it, so I'm just paying the same back." It gotta stop somewhere, man. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it take cooler heads to prevail and try to reach out to those who are maybe not seeing clearly because of the struggle that they go through mentally within themselves. It's okay for a man to say, you know what, I'm not with that. A real man stands up and say, I'm not with that. You don't accept what your peers is pushing on you because, you know what I mean, I'm down, I'm a rider. No. In most cases, you accepted it because of your pride. You don't want to be looked upon as a coward or whatnot. But the truth of the matter is, a real man is going to allow his peers to know, look, bro, I ain't with that. And you can't make me do nothing. No matter how you think about me or what you think about me, what you say about me is going to make me do what I don't want to do. You know what I mean? And in our community, the lifestyle itself is set in that manner to where you have certain people who prey on the lesser, the weaker. You know what I mean? Oh, homie, when you from the hood, you need to be and should be doing this and doing that. And in most cases, some of these cats, the same cats that's pushing that agenda, is not even willing to go out and do that same thing that they're trying to get somebody else to do as a puppet. You know what I mean? So we had to reevaluate, man. What is it we doing and what's the goal? What are we trying to reach and what do we expect to gain in the end? And at the end, it's like, come on, we've been doing this for 50 years. We keep getting the same results. Death or imprisonment. So what's the benefits? If you're doing something in life and you're not benefiting, you need to reevaluate. As someone who does a lot of reading now, man, you know what I mean, research and understand and see what the plot twist that happened to us as a people while we are so under this deep, dark cloud, which is more spiritual than it is physical. We have to try to wake others up, you know what I mean, that's remaining sleeping stagnant under that cloud, man, and try to pull them out and show them like, look, man, this is the problem, because they may not see it. So that's all I'm trying to do, you know what I mean? And like I said, for me, I was basically just addressing the problems that I see within our community and our people, you know what I mean, under this dark cloud that we call gangbanging. Like I say, man, I'm someone who started running in the streets mid to late 80s at the age of 11. You know what I mean? So like I said, I've been through a lot, man. You know what I mean? Went through the juvenile system, county jail, been to the penitentiary. And for some of us don't get that opportunity to wake up mentally and make a change. I just happen to be someone that was always, even when I was in the streets heavily, participating, a full participant, frontliner. You know what I mean? I still always had it in my head that I was never fully against my people. It's the pride that's driving the whole culture. And this is why you see so many of our youths dying nowadays. You know what I mean? You got a lot of talented brothers in this music business. Now it's done went from back in the days when things started off, the beginning of hip hop and rap, you had brothers dropping knowledge. You know what I mean? The things that they were speaking on back then compared to the things we speak on now is totally different. Now these young cats is talking about nothing but murder. They basically telling on themselves, you know what I mean? And they actually going out here doing this stuff when it was more based on entertainment. When it did start changing from the passing of wisdom and knowledge and speaking of our oppressed state to the beginning of the gang situation. Because you can remember a time where they wouldn't even allowing gangbang rap, because that's what it's done came to now, where you got cats actually representing their hood. That wasn't even accepted. That would get no play. Cats wasn't making no money off of that. You know what I mean? The original gangster rap was NWA them time. They wasn't talking about their hoods, where Eazy-E, where he was from, and all these different things. Now, fast forward, this is all we talk about in our songs now. You know what I mean? If you ain't representing your hood or put it out there, people really don't want to hear it, and it's sad. You know what I mean? Because all we doing, like I said, is glorifying something that's killing us off. So we have to change the narrative, man. You know what I mean? And be better for our own selves and make better judgment. You know what I mean? In the things that we choose to do. You feel me? So, like I said, my whole breakdown and reasoning for coming with the song In These Streets was me addressing the situation and how I felt looking back, just on all the things that I've been through and looking at the lifestyle itself as a whole and my distastefulness of it. After a while, you start looking like, damn, man, this is really how we living? Is this our future? So I learned how to rap at 89. Shout out to my homie Big Sam, man, from West Side Photos. My brother, salute to you, homie. You know what I mean? That's who taught me how to write raps. And I remember, man, being young when I first started writing raps, and I got the concept down as he told me. But every other word was MF or this, B that, F that. And he was like, man, bro, you got the concept, you rhyming, but you angry. You know what I mean? And he showed me something, you know what I mean? That's not how you get your message across. You know what I mean? So as time went forth, I developed, you know what I mean, in creativity and how to, you know, present my songs and actually write full songs and make them make sense without all the cussing or whatever, you know what I mean? So this is why, too, in the song In These Streets, as I said, I was going through my transition period spiritually while you hear certain cursing in it, you know what I mean? Because right now, every song that I write moving forth, I got one more single that I'm finna drop, man, you know what I mean? Give y'all a heads up, entitled DNA. That's the next single that I'm gonna drop. It has cussing in it as well. But me being spiritually transitioned, you know what I mean, and trying to live righteously for the Most High, you have to carry yourself in a holy state of being because He's holy. But I just felt both songs, In These Streets, and then my next single, like I said, the DNA, they have a message to them that I'm trying to convey to my people. So rather than me scrapping those two songs, I felt it necessary to go ahead and put them out. So I don't want people to be like, oh, he's a hypocrite. No, I'm not. You know, at some point, when you mature up in life, you have to make changes. You can heal and you can start wars through music or just through speech, through words being spoken. So I choose to try to heal and guide. In the hood, you will be surprised how we speak about and talk about God every day, but we still gang banging. We still walking around with burners on us ready to kill, but we speak on God every day. Just the fact of when you say you got a loved one rest in heaven, that's your acknowledgement that there is a God. You know what I mean? So we are spiritual people, but we are, like I said, once again, we are wrapped up in our bitterness from oppression. And it's hard to come from under that. And when we look out, we don't see our true oppressors as the enemy. We see ourselves as the enemy. So that just show you that our enemy has won. And if we continue to move in that manner, then we allow our enemy to continue to win. You know what I mean? Because they ain't got to do nothing to destroy, try to hold us back no more. We doing it for them. You know what I mean? So why make your enemy work easy? And second and most, it's important to identify who your enemy is. If you don't identify who your enemy is, then you can't fight back. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, wisdom and knowledge should always be the key factor in your life. You know what I mean? With wisdom and knowledge, you evolve, you grow, and you are able to change the narrative. But without it, there's no change. You keep getting the same results. Even in the dope era, I'm someone who knows I've sold almost every drug under the sun, so I dope. You know what I mean? When you had brothers go to jail, catch a dope case, come home, they go right back to picking up that sack because that money is there. You know what I mean? But the dope game has changed now. So what do we do now? You know what I mean? So we have to reconstruct and figure out better ways, man. And the best way is always to do the right thing. The wrong thing, we already know what the wrong thing, the path that leads us to. You know what I mean? So we need to focus on positivity over negativity. You know what I mean? And like I said, move better, man. You know what I mean? And I know things takes time because we've been dealing in this manner of the lifestyle for so many years. So it takes time, but I know it's many other brothers out there that feel the same way because you see it happen. You see certain brothers, once they get a job and opportunity to move forward in their life, they move on. They may still hold on to certain homies, but they move on. And they hold on to certain homies because they know some of the people in the hood is good, but everybody in the hood ain't good. This is why you have this talk now where you hear on a constant, regular basis, oh man, this is watered down now. Or this perpetrator over here snitching this. If these are the true facts, which it is, why are you still holding on to it then? You understand what I'm saying? You holding on to it because of your pride. Your fear of, man, if I step away, I'm gonna be called a buster or this and that. Well, we losing so many loved ones out here to the wrong thing, standing on the wrong business. It's not getting us nowhere, man. So that's what I'm basically getting at, what I see going on in the hood, the whole breakdown of how I feel about it. You know what I mean? If you look at it, where we winning at, we don't win nowhere. So that's me in the hook, as you hear me saying, you know what I mean? Set yourself free, man. Go and live life. Set yourself free because that's a bondage, a chain of oppression that we imposing on ourselves. And we could be out doing better as a whole or as individuals. At the end of the day, it's about us standing up as men and addressing what's wrong and saying, nah, look, man, this is wrong right here. I'm not going to do that. You feel me? I'm going to do this, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? It's about being a man and moving righteously in your life. Every day, God bless us with a new day. We should strive to be better than we was yesterday. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm just trying to do my part through my artistry to spread knowledge, spread love, preach unity. You know what I mean? And just open our eyes to reality, man. Because a lot of us is walking in life blind to the reality that's going on around us and that we are part of. You know what I mean? And it's sad because a lot of us is dying blindly. You know what I mean? For all the wrong reasons. That was my whole thought process when I sat down and began to even write in these streets. It was just me addressing what I saw, how I felt about the culture itself, after participating in it in so long, man, and basically saying, like, what's the end game? Where do we go from here? For me, sometimes it'd be hard for me to break that down in 3 verses of a song and give you the full of what I'm trying to say. So you have to chip at it and make it, compile it together and make it make sense the best you can. You know what I mean? So for me, I felt it necessary, like I said, man, to come with the rundown, because I could be sometimes very misunderstood with my artistic things that I'm trying to convey to people. I want you to see who I am, the person, man. You know what I mean? I don't hide behind no banner, no flag, none of that. You know what I mean? I grew up where I grew up, man. You know what I mean? I love my homies because my homies is my people, which means I love all my people. You know, if we a brotherhood, we should move different. You should never prey on one another. That's biblically stated. You know what I mean? That's God's word. See, and a lot of our people don't understand that, because a lot of our people won't read scripture, but it's in the Bible that you're not supposed to prey on your brother. It's part of the commandments. You feel me? So that it's another reason why, like I say, our community is full with poison, because a lot of the things that we are not supposed to do, we do. So this is why we continue to fall down and stay down, spiral. You know what I mean? I know the struggle is hard, but in order to fix the problem, we have to address the problem. And the problem being our lifestyle in the community. You know what I mean? We don't have to hurt each other and continue to hurt each other to prove what to who, because we ain't proving nothing to nobody. Nobody cares about us killing ourselves. Nobody cares. That makes them less worried because they know our strength. Then they know they ain't got to worry about dealing with our strength. Your enemy know who you are, and they want to keep you detached from God, from calling on He who said He'll save us if we call on Him and repent of our wrongdoings. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to change the narrative, and the only way we can change the narrative is that way, because this is what He told us. You understand what I'm saying? But like I say, it's deeper than what you can get in one video, this and that. Like I say, we have to unlearn to relearn, man. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to do my part to wake my people up. So at the end of the day, like I said, man, my song was intent on being a message to those that is not into the lifestyle yet, don't get involved. And for those that is in the lifestyle and can't see through all of the deception because you're so busy being loyal, wake up, homie, and walk away. Go live your life. You know what I mean? Go live your life. Because you only get one life to live. And once it's gone, it's gone. And you don't want your legacy to be, I lived my life, I gave my life for the homies, I gave my life for the hood, I gave my life for somebody else, rather than enjoying it for yourself. So that, in a nutshell, is the whole basis behind In These Streets, man. Wake up. It's nothing in these streets. You feel me? So with that being said, man, y'all stay tuned for the next episode of the Rundown. You know what I mean? I should be dropping DNA, following In These Streets soon. Y'all stay locked in. Tap to my channel, my Instagram, my Facebook. You know what I mean? Look me up. You know what I mean? If you're interested in any of my apparel, you know what I mean? My sweaters or whatnot. I got beanies coming as well. Y'all tap in, man, and support the movement, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm just trying to make a difference for us as a people. With that being said, it's your boy, Baby C. I'm out. The Rundown.
Don't get it twisted with assumption. I'ma put you on to something from the way a man think. It's the way a man function. I ain't nothing like the average, cause my actions gon' show it in a different category. Set apart and you gon' know it. Twist and turn and puzzle pieces into many different angles. Trying to get the perfect beat, you could be entertaining angels. And the truth is in the pudding, cause it's coming from the root. If you're looking for some proof, you can tell them by their fruit. Now that's the Rundown.